Welcome to the Sunday Talk Show. And today we're going to be talking about excuses is blocking your excellence. Welcome to the show. Make sure that you have subscribed and hit that like. Let's get started.
Be encouraged, be inspired, be yourself, you will survive. Just know it, just breathe it and be it, and live your best life.
Hi, everybody. Oh, it looks like I'm having some technical difficulties with my green screen. Hold on one second, guys. How is everybody doing? Thank you so much all for being here. All right, turn my light on. Oh boy, this technical difficulties today, guys. It doesn't look like it's going to work, so I'm just going to move forward. How's everybody doing? Thank you all so much for being here and welcome to the show. Happy Sunday, everybody. Hey, 1SP, how are you doing? Thank you so much. I appreciate you. I hope you're doing well. Hey, Tamika, how are you? Thank you all so much for being here. I hope you're having a great Sunday so far. And today I'm going to be talking to you about excuses is blocking your excellence. And I think that this is an important topic for us to talk about because so many of us don't tap into the excellence or the potential that is inside of us because we're so busy doing other things, serving other people, doing things for other people, and we don't take time to look at ourselves and to say, am I doing what I need to do so that I can be fulfilled, that I can be happy, that I can be joyful? Hey, 6C Plays, welcome. How are you doing? Good to see you. Thank you for the thumbs up. Yeah, and I just wanted to encourage everybody because I think it's so important for us to look at ourselves and to understand that it's okay. It's okay to take a break from other people and to just to focus in on ourselves. And I just want to do that for you guys, encourage you to think about yourselves and to understand that it's not selfish to think about yourself. It's not selfish to love on yourself. It's not selfish to do things for yourself. It's not selfish to evaluate. It's not selfish to make changes in your life. It's not selfish to block yourself from negative people. So, we're going to get right into this topic on this Sunday if my notes will cooperate right here. Okay, so today's topic is about excuses blocking your excellence. So, what is an excuse? An excuse is something that we make up to try to cover something that either we don't want to do, we're afraid to do, or we feel maybe because of our background, maybe the things that we're going through, we think that that is way bigger than what we can do. So we've already made an excuse and we've made up something to make us feel that we can't do something. Okay. But the question is, why do we make these excuses? That's very important to understand the why. Why do you make excuses? Some of the common excuses are because of laziness. We're lazy. We just don't want to do things. And it's okay sometimes because a lot of times we're very bombarded by life, by challenges in our life, and we just maybe just need a break. But the difference between laziness and tired is that when even after your rest, you still make a decision to stand still and to not try any harder, okay? And we have to move past that. And I understand that's a learned behavior, and it may be new for some people. Maybe you're used to having the same thing of standing still and not trying, but we have to do it for ourselves. And when I say we have to do it for ourselves, there's nobody in life that is going to do anything that you want but you. When you think about that and put that in your mind, that I am in control of the way that my life is going to go. Hey, welcome in. Thank you so much for being here. Happy Sunday. I hope you're doing well. And thanks for the likes, everybody. Yeah, we have to understand that we're the one that is in control of how our life is going to go. When I started thinking about that nobody is in control of what I do in my life but me. So whether you stand still, whether you excel, whether you try, all of that is up to us. And we have to do it for ourselves. I can't make you do anything. I'm just here to encourage you, give you the information, and then it's up to you whether you want to press your foot on the gas or whether you want to brake and stop. Okay. So, one of the first excuses is laziness. And we have to understand that it's important to not be lazy. Hey, Pandy, good Sunday to you. I hope you're doing well. Thank you so much for being here. And a second excuse that we make most of the time is fear. The second excuse is fear. And fear is something that it challenges us because when we're scared of something, it usually stops right there. We have to understand what is behind that fear. What is causing you to feel fearful? You got to know the why of that. Okay. The next thing after fear is rejection. Most of us from a young age, we learned about rejection, what rejection is. But the most important thing is that we make excuses in our life because sometimes your past, maybe your previous romantic relationship, maybe friends, maybe this or that, maybe because you've fallen down flat on your face and something happened to you and you were rejected, and now you're afraid to try again because you don't want to get that same rejection. So rejection is a real thing. Why we make excuses? You want to get something, you're going after something, but you don't want to be told no. We have to understand that when we're an adult, everybody has the right to say yes and no to us, but it's about what do you want in your life. See, I can't make things go well for you. And you have to understand that everything is not going to be roses and sunshine. If you really want something in your life, you're going to have some tough skin and you're going to have to be ready for the no's. But we have to understand that everything is not meant for us. Some things that we're going after, we're trying, we're just trying to put one foot in front of the other before we realize what we really should be doing. We say, is that it? Is that it? I don't know. Is that it? Is that it? We have to clearly define for ourselves. And that's sometimes why we get rejection, because sometimes the rejection comes because it's not good for us. Because maybe God is trying to protect you from going down a wrong road. Maybe that person isn't good for your spirit, your heart, where you want to go. You got to understand that not all rejection is bad. Some rejection is very healthy and it's very good for us. And we got to understand that that rejection has to take place. You have to get those no's in order to get your yes. Who didn't hear it? You have to get your no's before you can get your yeses. Not all no's is a bad thing. You're blocking your heart, you're blocking your time, finances, lots of things is happening, and you're getting those no's to protect you from what you really need to do. And that's something very important for us to understand. Sometimes you're going so hard after something, and then when you get a no, you get a rejection, it makes you feel sad. It makes you feel down. It makes you not want to try. And then you get an excuse. I don't want to go down that road again because I tried this already and it didn't work out for me. But understand that some no's don't mean no forever. Some no's mean not right now. Who needs to hear that? Some no's mean not right now, not no forever. This just may be your time where you just need to be working on other things, but keep consistent, keep practicing, and keep going after what you want. If you really want something in your life, one no is not going to stop you from moving forward. I'll say it again. One no should not stop you from moving forward. If somebody tells you no to something that you want to do and you stop doing it, hey, maybe that's really not meant to be for you, because nothing should easily convince you and discourage you from moving forward when you're fully convinced. See, most of the time, we're not fully convinced. We're doing things from the wrong motive sometimes, trying to please other people, showing that we have more than we actually do, trying to duplicate and copy somebody else. See, we got to understand that we got to be okay with us. And at the end of the day, I have to be okay with me. And I hope that you are okay with you. See, your excuses is blocking your excellence. And if you can't get over the rejection of other people, the rejection of life, the rejection of X, Y, and Z, you can't get to your next level in your life. See, being a CEO, being an entrepreneur, whatever it is that you're trying to do, you're going to get lots of no's. You're going to get lots of no's. You're going to get the door slammed in your face. You're going to get the letters of no. Is I'm sorry to tell you that we will not accept your offer or your bid. You got to be ready for that. Get your mind ready for that. That life is not always going to be roses and sunshine. People are not always going to support you. People are always going to give you what you want when you need it. And you got to be ready for that rejection. See? And then when that rejection comes, you say, I was prepared for that. See, most of the time, those excuses happen to us and we give up in our fight for life because we have not prepared our mind. See, I tell myself that in my mind. I'm not, am I ready for this? See, we say it to ourselves. We want something sometimes, but we really aren't ready for it. See, we don't have to get ready. We need to be ready. Hey, Wellness with Frugal Mama. Happy Sunday. How are you doing? Welcome in. See, we most of the time we always say we have to get ready. I got to get ready. I got to get ready for what's to come. It's not getting ready, it's being ready. And in being ready, that means we're fully convinced. We understand the assignment. We know that there's going to be challenges. We know there's going to be rejection. We know that people are going to stab us in the back. See, we have to understand that when you're getting to your next level, there's going to be an incline. There's going to be lots of difficulties. There's going to be no's. There's going to be rejections. There's going to be fears that come up in your mind. See, but you got to get your mind right, and you have to get your mind ready. See, not get ready, be ready. Be ready for what is to come. What is to come for you? See, I can answer that question for me. I know what I have and what I'm working on around the corner of what's next to come. But are you preparing your mind? See, a lot of times we just jump into things. We didn't plan and get the waters ready. See, you got to plan, okay, this is what I'm about to do. This is what it's going to cost. This is the person that I'm mentoring. See, preparing and getting ready for the challenges that's ahead, it means getting everything right. See, sometimes we just jump into things. Oh, and somebody says something and you just go forward. You haven't taken the time. Get on your knees, planning, getting a mentor, finding out how is this going to meet with success. See, and that's sometimes why when you get the rejection and you give up and you give in because you have not prepared your mind, you have not prepared your heart, you have not gone before God, you have not meditated. You have to fix things first. See, I talk about all the time about preparing your foundation and getting ready for what is to come. You can't just say, I'm going to do this, and you don't know how it's going to meet with success. See, successful people, they get that mentor, they have their plan, they got their business plan, they've worked it out, they know how much it's going to cost, they know how long it's going to take, and they know some of the struggles that's going to come along the way. So I'm saying the same thing to you. Whatever it is that you're trying to do in your life, wherever it is that you're trying to go, be ready for the challenges and tell your mind, write it down. This is the challenge that I'm going to face. So when that challenge meets you and you confront that challenge, that you're ready. See, most of the time we're not ready for the challenges. And that's why when it hits you, it slaps you in your face or punches you in your gut and it knocks you down. See, you weren't prepared. You weren't prepared. See, you don't get ready. You have to be ready. Get on your knees, pray, plan, have a mentor, research. See, knowledge, awareness. We don't just jump into things anymore. We just don't trust everybody. It's time. You wait, you pay attention, you look. How do they treat other people? Are they a good business person? You got to identify all of those things before you move forward so that you kind of block out all of those things. See, that's wisdom. We have to be wise, wiser than maybe you were in the past. We got to be wise because those excuses, now that you won't have to worry about that excuse of rejection because you're ready. Hey, Language of Horses, welcome in. It's so good to see you. I hope you're doing well. Thank you so much for being here. Right, 1SP, don't just jump into something. And I know that I am very guilty of that in the past, but recently it's something that I'm trying to work on, that I just don't jump into something because I see other people do something or because other people expect for me to be at this level. See, we have to move at our pace, not at what other people's speed. See, you have a different life, you have a different challenge, you have different struggles. Be your authentic self and accept where you are at that time. It's nothing wrong with being where you are. You've worked hard to be where you are. Accept that and receive it, and then say, and because I don't want to make bad choices moving ahead, I'm going to plan, I'm going to think, I'm going to research, I'm going to get a mentor, I'm going to find out. See, we got to prepare our mind. We got to prepare our heart. We have to prepare our spirit. We have to prepare our finances so that we don't get into that cycle of excuses when we get the rejection. Yes, but you get up every time. Exactly. There's going to be rejection. There's going to be disappointments. There's going to be sadness. There's going to be pain. And I'm not saying it to sound like dark, but it's reality. There's going to be things that's going to come about. And I forgot to mention also, there's going to be people who are going to come about that's going to stab you in the back. And it's not the people that you would think. Most of the time, it's not a stranger. It's somebody that you know very well. So be ready for that and say, I knew it was going to be somebody to come about and strike a blow to my head or my heart or my finances, but I did not know it would be you. So we have to be ready. You got to be realistic that challenges are going to happen, but you got to move forward and cut the cord. See, some people, they weren't meant to be in your life. Cut that cord and move on. Let's see. Thank you so much, Pandy. Another one of my mods in the house. Thank you so much. Yes, exactly, Language of Horses. We have to be prepared and ready for any challenges in our life. And we make excuses a lot of times, and that is blocking your excellence. So let's get back into it. Here are some more of why we make excuses. We talked about laziness, fear, rejection, but this is a big one. Lack of confidence. See, this is a big excuse that we have. And sometimes it's because we haven't faced it for ourselves. I lack the confidence to move forward. Maybe because of your past, maybe the things that you have been through. but we all can work on ourselves. You can work on you. You can feel better about yourself. You can become more confident if you put into the work and you convince yourself. See, I can give you all the tools. I can tell you what you should be doing, the people that you need to surround yourself by, having good mentors, having a good support system. But if you don't put in the work, you got to put in the work to do the hard work. Look at yourself in the mirror, work with your affirmations, face things, and not back down. See, you can gain confidence. You can gain confidence not from other people, what other people do, and what other people think about you. See, I had to understand for my own self that my confidence is only going to grow the more that I do for me, the more that I believe in me, the more that I allow the spirit to work inside of me. See, understand that part. Your confidence can grow. And when your confidence can grow, you're going to stop making excuses. See, I wanted to do this as like a backup to the new year, new start, because a lot of people had started this year off January with a fire and saying, I'm going to do this and I'm going to do that. I'm going to do this and I'm going to do that. And already, so many people have already given up on all of those things that they said that they were going to do. So this is just your gentle reminder, your your boost, your encouragement to whatever it is that you maybe have slowed down on. Get up, try, fight, and don't make your excuses your life. Some people go through their whole life and they say this, oh, I didn't do this because of this, and they blame other people and this and that. But ultimately, everything is up to us. Everything is up to you, but it's up to you to want to make changes. See, people say things all the time, but they aren't willing to make the change and put in the work that they need to put in for their life to thrive and to progress. See, you have to want to win. And that's what I had to tell myself. I want to win. I want to succeed. I want to prosper. So I hope you want that for yourself. Let's get back into this. Let me see what you guys are saying in the chat. Exactly. Yes, indeed. That's right. I am known for procrastinating. We're going to get into that language of horses, right? Don't let your flame dwindle down. Yes, and and a lot of times it's life just beats you up. I don't know if all of you experience that, but sometimes it's like when you get hit by something, it's not one thing that happens to you, it's many things. It's this happens and that happens, back to back to back. And it's just, this is the time when you need to turn that fire up. This is the time where you need to put your foot on the gas. This is the time where you say, I need to be resilient. This is the time for you to get up and to face your fears. And most people, once they hit a roadblock or a challenge or something, this is when they say, I know I couldn't do it. And then they give up. Don't do that to yourself. You deserve better than an excuse. And that's what I had to tell myself. And I want you to tell yourself that same thing the next time when you try to make an excuse. I deserve better than to just make an excuse. You do. You deserve better. So get up and make it happen. Yes, you have to make the changes. You have to make the changes. I can't do it for you. Yes, you got to put in the work. Got to do it for yourself. You are changing the game with your message today, Marlene. Thank you so much, 1SP. Marquita, how are you doing? It's so good to see you. Happy Sunday to you. I hope you're doing well. Your family's doing well. Everybody's doing good. So let's get into the next part of why we make excuses. We talked about laziness, fear, rejection, lack of confidence. This is a big one for many. People make excuses because they lack the finances, they lack money. Oh, I can't do this because I don't have the money. But guess what? If you really want to do something, you can always ask for funding. You can always find an I can't think of the word. You can always ask for a person who is an investor, but you got to put in the work. You, and you have to put in the work. I can't do it for you. See, it's about how much do you want it. See, sometimes we want things, but only a little bit. I want something, but I'll do it, but I don't know if I'm ready for it, or I don't know if this is a good time, and my family is doing this, and my family is doing that, and X, Y, and Z, and you're blaming everybody. But ultimately, at the end of the day, it's up to you. It's not up to me. It's not up to me for you to thrive. It's not up to me for you to thrive. You got to want to thrive all on your own. You have to want to do excellent and be excellent all on your own. And it's it within each of us. See, most of us don't understand the power that we carry. Oh, come on, somebody. I'm taking you there. We don't understand the amount of power that we have inside of us. Each of us has the power to change our own life, but you're not willing to do what you need to do. See, I know I do that. I sabotage things all the time. Oh, I'm too tired. Oh, I don't want to do it. And maybe it won't work out. Oh, it looks like it's about to rain. Maybe tomorrow, maybe in an hour, maybe next week. And then that's it. You've given up or you go to sleep. See, you can't stay comfortable for your dreams to launch, for you to get to where you need to get. See, I most of the books that I read about successful people is not only are they doing what the ordinary people are doing, they wake up early. They're doing their research. They're going to meetings. They're meeting challenges. They're getting rejection, but then they get up and get up and they get up and they fight and they fight. See, you don't stop until you win. That's what we have to understand. You don't stop until you win. See, it's right when you're just about to make it. That's when most people give up. See, that's what separates a motivated person from a person who lacks motivation. You got to have that motivation and grind inside of you. You got to have that hustle inside of you. And I think the day that I was made to hustle. I've always been a hustler. And I want you to do that for yourself if you don't have that. If you don't have the hustle inside of you, you can gain it. You can get it. Find a mentor who's a hustler. Find somebody who's going to push you and hold you accountable. Most of the time, we don't hold ourselves accountable. We just say we're going to do something and then we don't do it. You got to have somebody that you're going to talk to, like a mentor or a support group that's going to hold you accountable. Okay. Hey, tomorrow's Friday. Did you do X, Y, and Z? See, that is what will keep you on your toes. See, we can't get to excellence if you're continuously settling for the ordinary. Yeah, no. See, the ordinary, it may be acceptable to some, but it's not acceptable to me. I don't want what everybody else has. I want what is meant to be for me. I want what is meant to be for my purpose, for my will, for my desire, for my life. I want you to excel. I want you to thrive. I want you to challenge yourself to go to the highest of the high. Turn up your fire and don't dim your light. Know your worth and know that you are somebody. Don't allow the challenges that may inhibit and block you to stop you. Okay? Don't allow the challenges of life to inhibit you and to stop you. Very important. That's usually when the self-doubt tries to sneak in. Yes. I talk myself out of things so I don't get disappointed. Yes, I understand that language of horses, but you can see it's all about making changes. I used to do that all the time, talk myself out of it. And anytime when I would say, oh, I don't think that's going to be good. But I say, I have to tell myself, no, Marlene, stop. That is not healthy. That is toxic talk. Talk to yourself and say, no, that's not good. That's not the way you should be thinking. See, you got to convince yourself and talk to yourself and get a little tough with yourself. No, that is what's stopping you from success. See, you can't stay comfortable to succeed. You got to be uncomfortable. You got to be uncomfortable. You got to try something new. You got to challenge yourself. You got to get up. You got to understand that rejection is a part of the game. You got to allow that fear, and then you got to walk past it. Say, I'm afraid, but I'm going to do this anyways. Hey, that's what most people don't do. They just say, I'm afraid, and they stop. See, but be afraid and say, I'm afraid, but I'm going to walk through this. But I'm going to walk through this fear with my faith. It's all about what you accompany your fear with. It's about what you couple your fear with. See, when you know that you're not alone, hey, when you know you're not alone, you have somebody, you have the spirit. It's dependent on what your belief system is. I'm not telling you all what you should feel and what you should think, but based on my belief system, based on my belief system, I know that when I meet a challenge, I know that I'm not in this challenge alone. See, before, when I would give up, I thought I was alone in my challenge. Hey, who am I speaking to? I thought I was alone in my challenge. But then now when I meet my challenge and say, I am so afraid and I am so scared. I need my faith. Come through faith. Holy Spirit, I need you. Please guide me and ask for what you want. I need a good friend right now. Holy Spirit, will you send me a good friend? Holy Spirit, please give me a good mentor. And then follow through, then follow through, then follow through, follow through. See, you can get what you want, but you got to ask and then act. Ask, then act. Yes, an accountability partner, Pandy. I am paraphrasing, but Frugal Mama says, you control your next step. No one can lift your feet for you every day. You have to put in the effort. She says something along the lines of that. Yes. Yes. See, we each are given something. We each are talented in something. And if you have not heard it from anybody in your life, a family, a friend, whoever it is, speak it to yourself. I can do anything. And then do it. Convince your mind I can do anything I want. Come on. I can do anything I want because I'm not alone. Hello. And you can. And you can. And then you rise. And then you achieve. And then when you achieve, you say, thank you, Holy Spirit. Thank you, God. Whatever your belief system is. Thank you. And then pat yourself on the back and say, I'm proud of you. You are afraid. You are scared. But you cling to your faith. And then praise yourself. Praise yourself. Don't be afraid to praise yourself. Most of the time after you succeed, you just are so busy and trying to get to the next thing that you didn't even say, hey, I achieved that. I did that because I didn't allow that faith to challenge me and to get wrapped up in that slippery slope of sadness, discouragement, all of that. I moved forward and I was scared, but I didn't anyways. And I'm proud of myself because I didn't get up. See, I coupled my fear with my faith. That's one of my favorites. Couple your fear with your faith. Thank you so much, Pandy. Yes, ask and then act. Ask and then act. Definitely. Okay, let's get back into this topic. Let me look at what I was writing. So we talked about laziness, fear, rejection, lack of confidence, lack of money. Now, this is a big one that hits a lot of people, why they can't get to their excellence, that lack of support. And yeah, I'm not going to lie to you. It hurts when you are going through something and you don't get the support that you want. And you're looking for these people to support you. But most of the time, maybe they're not your real friends. And just because somebody is related to you by blood, somebody needs to hear this message. Just because somebody is related to you by blood, it does not mean that they really love you. We automatically believe because this is my family that they love me. No, no, no. Sometimes people, your closest people to you come as a wolf in sheep's clothing. Some people who are the closest to us, they come as a wolf in sheep's clothing to tear you down, to hurt you, to bring you emotional pain because they don't want you to succeed, because they're jealous of you. They don't want you to do better than them. Mm. And that's sad. I think it's very sad that others don't want you to succeed because you make them feel bad because they're not going after what they need to do as well. See, but we got to understand that even if nobody else supports me, I got to learn to support my own self. And I'm saying that to you too. Even if other people don't support you, the question is, do I support myself? Hmm. You can. You can support yourself. Support yourself. And it's important for us to talk to our own self. When I wake up in the morning and I say to myself, Marlene, I know today you're not feeling it because I have those moods and those days where my whole attitude is present, my whole attitude is there, and I don't want to do something. But I said, I know you don't want to, but do it anyways. Even if it's just one or two things, talk to yourself and say, but do it anyways. And do you know, almost 100% of the time when I challenge myself to move forward from procrastination, from fear, from whatever it is, that's when that's when it just, something boom, something great, something amazing happens to me in my life. I get this great opportunity. I meet a wonderful person. I get into a great seminar where I get to my next level in my business. See, you never know what you're going to meet. You never know what excellence that you can achieve if you would only go past that fear, if you would only go past that lack of support, if you would only stop thinking about, oh, I only have this little bit of money, but use what you have to get to where you want to go. See, if you always make an excuse and say, this is what and this is all I can do, you've limited yourself already. Other people don't tell you that you can't do something, but it's about what you convince your mind. I've already convinced my mind, this is all I can do, and then you stop. It's your choice. It's your choice where you're going to go in your life. It's your choice. I can't make that decision for you. You got to make a choice to excel. Yes, act. So true. That is a deep hurt when it happens, and we can't stay in that sunken place. Yes. And most of the time we each goes through something. Each of us has gone through something, or maybe right now, today, in this moment, you're going through a challenge, an obstacle, a deep hurt, a deep pain. But don't let other people tell you who you are. Don't let anybody tell you that you can't do anything. See, we have to have the confidence within ourselves. You have to have that confidence inside of yourself. That even when I'm rejected, even when I'm not supported, even when I don't have the finances, see, life is never going to be perfect. Life is always going to be some type of challenge that's going to be facing you. So if you're always waiting for a perfect circumstance, you're always going to wait to when you don't feel tired. You're always going to wait until, oh, I need to have some more money. I need to have more of this, more support, more of this. Then you're always going to stay in the same place. But when you use what you have and you couple your fear with your faith, you challenge opportunity, you allow yourself to be uncomfortable to get comfortable. See, most of the time we don't understand that part. To get comfortable in our life, whether our finances, whether our spirit, whether our confidence, whatever it is, if you're trying to get to your next level in your life, sometimes you got to be uncomfortable. It may be hard for you. It's a challenge. You don't know how you're going to do it. But if you don't try, how do you know what you could be and what you could do unless you try? See, and that's what it is right there. You have to allow yourself to be uncomfortable, to step on your faith, to allow the faith to move you forward and say, I don't know what I'm doing, but I'm going to try. I don't know how, but I'm just going to do it. See, it's one step in front of the other, one step in front of the other. Don't let life get you down. Hey, James Money, how are you doing? Welcome in. Good to see you. Happy Sunday. Let's see. What else did I miss? Yes, please thumbs up and share out. Hey, King Morgan, how are you doing? Good to see you. Hey, Dee Dee, happy Sunday. Good to see you. Yes, we can't allow excuses to block us from our excellence. Okay? We can't let the excuse or you're always going to stay still in your life. And I want to encourage you to stop letting excuses block your excellence. Please, please, I'm begging you, my brothers and sisters, you have the power. You have a light inside of you that is something that each of us can do. See, if we all understood that my light, me shining my light, is not going to diminish yours, and you shining your light is not going to diminish mine. See, we got to have confidence and believe in our own self enough. See, I believe in myself enough. I have confidence in myself. I have a light that is inside of me. And I can't allow my light to be dimmed. Don't do it. Do not allow your light to be dimmed because of other people, because of rejection, because of fear, because of lack of support, because of your finances. Don't allow anything to stop you from going after what you want. Because if you really want it, nothing can stop you. Who needs to hear that? If you really want something in your life, what can stop you? I'll wait. Let's pause and think about it. See, when I really want something, there's nothing that can stop me. Have you ever really wanted to do something and go after something in your life? What can stop you from having it? What can stop you from achieving it? Nothing. See, most of the time, don't blame other people or this X, Y, and Z. It's just because you didn't want to try, just because you didn't do what you needed to do. Let's call it what it is. See, we're responsible adults over here. I'm not going to sugarcoat it and not tell you what it is. See, sometimes you say you want things, but you're not willing to do what it takes in order to have it. Boom. That's what it is right there. You say you want things, but you're not willing to do what it takes to have it. Just call it what it is. Don't blame other people. Don't blame other people. At the end of the day, we are each adults and accountable for ourselves. And I want you to be accountable for yourself and just do what you need to do because you can get anything that you want. And I see Friends with Super Channels just came in. Hey, Friends with Super Channels, welcome in. Happy Sunday to you. And thank you all so much for being here. So let's get into another one of the common excuses. So we talked about laziness, fear, rejection, lack of support, lack of money. Okay. Now, this is a big one. Why we let excuses block us is because we don't believe in ourselves. You don't believe in yourself enough. You don't believe in yourself enough. And we got to understand why. Why is that? Why don't we believe in ourselves? So we're going to get into that. So here are the excuses that we can make, okay? I am too tired. I am too busy. I lack experience. I lack knowledge. I don't think I can. We got to understand that these are all excuses. See, this first one, I am too tired. If it's something that you're always tired all the time, let's just say for what it is. If you are tired all the time, sometimes that is because maybe we are lacking poor time management. Maybe you're staying up too late. Maybe you're doing the most. Maybe you just need to just let some things go and get your rest. Maybe sometimes you're working too many hours than you need to work. Maybe you need to Stop trying to micromanage everything and everyone, and you just focus some time on yourself. See, a lot of times we're trying to control everything that's going on out there, but we're failing to lack the control in our own life. See, it's an excuse. We blame other people so that we can take the spotlight off of ourselves so that we people can't look and see, hey, sometimes we're the problem. Sometimes we're the problem. I need to work on myself. I need to do better. And the whole thing at the end of the day, we all can change that. You can change it if you want to. If you want to. See, sometimes people just say that they want things in their life, but they're not willing to do what it takes in order to have it. See, we have to do more than just say we want to do things. We have to do more than just look at something and say we want it. What are you willing to do in order to receive it? Because it's blocking what you could be. Okay. And we have to understand, know that everything we have said can be shifted by some positive support. So, everything I just talked about, I'm too tired, I'm too busy, I lack experience, I lack knowledge, I don't think I can. All of that can be changed because we can shift our thinking. If I'm too tired, we can fix that. Get some rest. Maybe change your schedule. Maybe change your job. Whatever it is, but you can get the rest if you want to. I'm too busy. See, sometimes that I'm too busy is I lack the time management. Let's just say it is for what it is. Instead of making excuses, how can I fix it? That's the most important thing. I'm too busy. No, you're probably not getting into the right time management. So make your schedule and do one or two things and accomplish them. Okay. Now, here we go. I lack experience. So, if you lack the experience, get into finding how you can get the experience. It's all about meeting our challenges and say, okay, this is my challenge. How can I fix it? You can fix anything you want to. I lack knowledge. This is one of the biggest things that I had to work on for myself. I always used to say, I want to do something and then say, oh, I don't know how to do that and give up. If you really want to gain the knowledge of how to do something, don't look to somebody else. Do it for yourself. You can do it. And this is another one. I don't think I can. All of this is about positive reinforcements. And most of the time, all of these things come from our childhood, bad relationships, maybe the way our family treats us, maybe the way a friend treats us, maybe how they treat you on your job makes you feel that you don't think you can. But you got to have confidence within yourself. See, you can't look to other people to define who you are, to define where it is that you're going. You have to have that part for yourself. You have to have love for yourself. You have to have confidence for yourself. You have to respect yourself. It's all about the decisions that you make and what you are willing to do in order to have the life that you want. See, you can have an excellent life. You can be an excellent individual, but if you are failing to do what you need to do, you can't get to that next level. See, to get to your level of excellence, you have to be willing to see what it is. Why am I not getting where I'm getting? And what am I willing to do about it? See, we have to be willing to do what it takes in order to have what we want. Okay. So now this is the part that this is difficult to hear sometimes, but it's so true. We all need encouragement. We all need respect. We all need love. But we have to understand that the ones we want to love us and support us may not be able to supply it. I'll say that again. Sometimes the ones that we want to love and support us may not be able to supply it. Why? Because they lack it. They lack love for themselves. They lack knowing how to support their own self, so they don't know how to support you. And also, here's a big one. Sometimes people can't give you something because they may not care about you. They may not care about you and what you're doing. Another thing is that they don't understand what you're doing. They don't understand why it is that you're doing what you do, because that vision hasn't been given to them. That vision has been given to you. So you got to fortify it for yourself. You got to believe what you want for yourself. Another reason why people may not be able to give you the support that you need, they may be dealing with their own personal issue. Everybody has different lives. Everybody's going through different things, but don't think people don't care about you sometimes because they don't support you. They may be going through their own burden. They may be going through their own burden and their own struggle at this very moment. But that's why it's so vital for us to constantly reinforce our mind, fortify, strengthen, and love ourselves where we are. And how do we do this? Fortify, strengthen, and love ourselves where we are. See, we got to stand present in this moment and speak it over our life. I'm proud of myself. I'm proud of who I am. I'm proud of what I have overcome. And I'm proud to say I'm here right now in this very moment. You got to speak that over your life. Even if you're not where you want to be proud of who you are, where you are, and what you have overcome to be in this very moment. Most of the time, we're so busy worrying about what we want to be that we don't celebrate where we are. Celebrate where you are. Pat yourself on the back and say, I'm so very proud of you. You're meeting your obstacles with excellence. Celebrate yourself. That's so important. And sometimes we're not where we want to be. Sometimes we may be expecting too much, or we're too hard on ourselves. We beat up ourselves for the past. We beat up ourselves because we're not here or there, or we don't have this amount of money, or we've done this, or maybe some things that you've done in the past that you're not proud of. If you keep beating up yourself, how can you get to your excellent level? How can you get to your excellent level unless you celebrate where you are? Yes, celebrate where you are today. I know there were times where you didn't think you could get to your next level and get over something, and someone hurt you, someone backstabbed you, someone told you that you couldn't do it. They told you you were nobody. They told you you had no worth. They told you that you couldn't go anywhere, but here you are. Yes, but here you are, and here I am. Don't worry about the people who reject you. Don't worry about the people who talk about you behind your back and they tell you that you will never be anybody. Celebrate yourself. Celebrate your achievements. Celebrate just being here. Celebrate just being alive. That's excellence for so many of us at times where you wanted to give up, but you didn't. And you got to tell yourself, I'm proud of you. I believe in you. And you keep going and keep your head up, regardless of what is going on in your life. Let me see what you guys are saying in the comment section. What did I miss? Okay. Awesome. Thank you so much, Language of Horses. I lack a goal. I don't know what I want to do with my life because I don't make goals. We'll start small. That's what I always say. I say it to the people that I mentor as well. Start small and do one or two things. And then when you achieve it, you celebrate it and you make another 2 small goals and another 2 small goals. But write down some of the things that you want to do with your life and then work on them one thing at a time. You can do it, Language of Horses. Yes, start with one goal at a time and make it something you can get done, right? and then you celebrate it. Yes, don't overwhelm yourself. That's what I used to do. And that's why you can't get to your excellence, because you're doing too much. You're doing the most. And then of course you're going to feel down and discouraged because you didn't do all 10 million things that you want to do. One or two things, achieve them and celebrate it. To be honest, my therapist said the same thing. We set goals as small as going to the library. I'm afraid of bad things happening, so I don't do things. Yeah, you got to encourage yourself. Language of horses. Start there. Even tell yourself, I'm afraid, I'm scared, I don't know, but I'm going to do it anyways. And then when you achieve it, you tell yourself you did that, and you give yourself a high five and say, I'm proud of you. You stepped through your fear with faith and you did it anyways. We got to celebrate ourselves. Thank you so much, 60 Place. Appreciate that support. Let's see what Marlene has to say about it when she reads it. Language of Horses. Thank you, Boss Life Online. I used to be afraid of meeting people, and I would drive 2 hours away to a big city to get groceries. You can do it. See, most of the time we let our mind control us getting to the next level and getting to a higher level on our higher plane in our life, but we can't let that fear hold us hostage. It's like being in a prison and you have dreams and you have goals and you want to do things, but when you condemn yourself all the time, you're never going to get to your next level. So allow yourself to get past that and keep going. So let me get to this point. This is very important. God has implanted in each of us excellence. I'll say that again. For whoever needs to hear it, because this is very important. God has implanted in each of us excellence. Did you hear that? Or you need to hear it again. God has implanted in each of us excellence. So do you know that you have the potential inside of you? You have the potential inside of you. But sometimes life, people, rejection, health problems, fear, so many things can cause us to not do what we need to do. But don't give up, because there's something inside of you. There's something excellent, something amazing that you have. There's some burning embers. There's a fire inside of you, but you're dimming your light. Don't dim your light. Step up, step forward, go after your goal, do what you need to do, and love yourself where you are. See, you can't get to excellence in your life unless you believe who you are on your own. You're amazing. You have potential. You're strong and you are courageous. See, most of the time we believe that we're somebody. Yeah, I got that. Check. I believe I'm strong. Yeah, check. But the courage part, the fear part, that part is hard for most of us. So just work on it every single day. Challenge yourself to try to do one new thing every day. And then when you do, celebrate. Say, I know you were afraid, but you did that anyways. Whether it works out or it doesn't work out. See, you just stepped out of fear with faith. You just went from uncomfortable to comfortable. See, you can't get to your higher level. You can't get to your excellence. You can't get to where you need to go unless you challenge yourself. You got the potential inside of you. Strength, smarts, courage, wisdom, but you got to open it up and you got to turn up that fire. Yeah. Yeah, that part. That part. God has implanted in each of us excellence, but it's the ability to launch, propel, build, and teach ourselves that we can do it. I have to tell myself that every day. I have the ability to launch, propel, build, and teach myself excellence. And when you teach yourself excellence, you're gonna have other people that are gonna be attached to you because you're moving forward and you're striving for your excellence. I can't tell you what your excellence is, but we got to know what we're good at, and we got to go forward. You got to keep trying. You got to keep challenging, and you got to meet those obstacles with a smile on your face. Don't let life's rejections of other people and the lack of support from other people and what other people may say to you get you down. Convince yourself, I know who I am and I know where I'm going and I can do anything because excellence is inside of me and excellence is inside of you. Okay? And when we fail to do what we need to, we are essentially saying, here comes the bombs about to be dropped. When we fail to not do what we need to, we are essentially saying, I don't want to move ahead. I don't think I deserve this. I can't do anything. That's what we're saying to ourselves when we don't believe in ourselves enough to try a new challenge, a new obstacle, when we're fearful, when we lack support, when we make an excuse and don't try to move forward. We're saying to ourselves, I don't want to move ahead. I can't do this. I don't deserve it. And they're all lies. You deserve everything that you want, but it's up to you. But it's up to you to move forward and to try and to challenge yourself every few months, every few days. Challenge yourself and say, I can do better. And you can. Don't make an excuse. I need more time. I need more this. I need more that. There's always going to be something to hit you. Hey, Yaya's Best Life, welcome in. There's always going to be something that you're going to meet, and it's going to be hard for you, and it's going to be challenging for you. But you have to say it to yourself. God has implanted in me excellence. Anytime you are facing something challenging, something hard, something difficult, remind yourself of who you are inside. I was implanted with excellence. I was implanted with courage. I was implanted with faith. So turn that up and believe it. So, how do these excuses block our excellence? If your excellence is stopping you from moving forward, we need to challenge ourselves and ask why. It's very important to know why we can't move forward, because if you don't know why you're doing a certain thing, you're going to stay in a cycle of not doing it, of not committing or failing to launch your dreams. See, if you don't understand your why, what is it inhibiting you? It will continue. See, point 2, fear is a real thing, but fear is healthy. And we have to talk to fear. Fear is usually our inner child, and we have to check it. I know I have to check my inner child. I have to tell the little Marlene, go have a seat, little Marlene. Adult Marlene is here, and adult Marlene can do great things. Adult Marlene is not afraid. Adult Marlene is going to get up. Adult Marlene is going to be accountable. Adult Marlene is not going to make excuses. See, and you got to say that to yourself. Say it to your inner child when it bubbles up and says, you can't do that. You're not smart enough. Or when maybe another person may say to you, that's stupid. You'll never do that. You'll never accomplish it. Tell it to have a seat. Okay? And move forward and prove it wrong. Remember, you got the excellence inside of you. See, another one is resentment. Resentment for your past mistakes. If you don't forgive the past, you will never be able to move forward. And you can't move forward if your heart, if your mind is in the past. Forgive it and let it go, and give yourself permission to move forward. Point 4, Challenge yourself to do more. Remember, you have potential. Use it. See, we don't optimize fully 100% of the potential that's within us because we're so scared, because we're so fearful, because we're comparing, because of all kinds of things that can happen: health, finances, rejection, bad relationships, heartache, so many things. Maybe even if it's you, maybe if you're the one that tells yourself you can't do it and you got to overcome, you can. And we have to understand that you can't move forward in your life if your heart and your mind is in the past. Forgive it and let it go and give yourself permission to move forward. Challenge yourself to do more because you have the potential, and use it. Point five, you will never know how amazing you are and how amazing you can be until you allow yourself to do more. I never understood how profound that statement is. You will never know how amazing you are and can be. You don't know how your level, the excellence that can come into your life until you believe that you can do more. Until that time, you're going to stay and stand still and make your excuses, but you have to allow yourself to do more. And this is the last point. Don't compare yourself to anybody else. What somebody else says, what somebody else has done, even if they were your same age, even if they had the same circumstances, they're not you. Nobody can be you. You just be yourself. Stand in your personal truth and be accountable of who you are. Know your worth. Know your value. And don't make an excuse. Get busy in doing it, knowing your worth and having the courage to stand up for yourself and say, I deserve an excellent life. So I'm willing. So I'm willing to be afraid. I'm willing to challenge myself. I'm willing to try. I'm willing to get rejected. I'm willing. I'm willing. See, it's personal. So don't compare yourself to other people. Excel within yourself. I can only give you the guidelines. I can only tell you what I know will give you success in your life. But at a certain point, you got to believe it. You have to act on it. It's dependent on you. Excuses is blocking your excellence. Don't allow those excuses to stop you from an amazing life that you could have. You can. You can have an amazing life, but it's all up to us to be fully convinced of that. Be convinced of your purpose. Be convinced of your power. Be convinced of your light. Be convinced that you are somebody. Be convinced that there is nothing that I can't do. And we have to tell ourselves that. Yeah. There are times we have to tell ourselves that it's okay. I don't know. For some reason, I'm scared at doing this. And that's when you go to your mentors, your accountability partners, your support team, your trusted friends. And you say, I don't have the power right now. I need you to encourage me right now. It's important to do that so that you can get to your next level. But sometimes maybe we don't have it within ourselves. Maybe you're going through a hard time or a dark time and you just need somebody to love on you. Do what you need to. Don't think you got to carry all your burdens alone. Lean on other people. And if you're a person of faith, never forget the Holy Spirit is there. Never forget is there waiting for you. And never forget to spend your time in meditation, fortifying your own mind and telling yourself, I am somebody. I am precious. I am worthy. I am strong. This too shall pass. And I love myself and I'm willing to do what it takes so that I can have an excellent life. I am Marlene, and I am the content creator for Marlene Motivates. And you just have been inspired, motivated, and encouraged. I thank you all so much for joining me today for the Sunday Talk Show. If you're watching me right now in the replay, hashtag replay gang, thank you so much. Leave me a comment on how you are not going to let excuses block your excellence. I thank you all so much for joining me. I hope that this has stirred you to action. It's going to help you to get up. It will help you to be strong. It's going to fortify your mind. It's going to help you know that you're loved and worthy, courageous, important. Yes, you are. You are important and special. You do have value. You do have meaning. Yes, you do. And pat yourself on the back and tell yourself, I am somebody. Just like I made it, you can make it too. This song was written by Boss Life Online for me, herself, and I am Tracy Lee. I thank you all so much for joining me and know that you can make it too. Don't make excuses. Step into your excellence. And I will see you guys on the next one. Bye, guys.
Forgive me, I love me. I've been blessed that I have made it through. I'm stronger and worthy. I am enough now. What about you? Forgive me, I love me. I've been blessed that I have made it through. I'm stronger and worthy. I am enough now. What about you? Ooh, hey,
Be encouraged, be inspired, be yourself.